And welcome to week number 9 in Class 7A North Carolina High School football. Your Mooresville Blue Devils, they've been road warriors all year long. We find ourselves tonight in Mocksville getting ready to take on the War Eagles of Davie County. And the gang's all here. John, Cooper, Harold, we're all up here in the booth on the Davie County home side. A little bit left of the 50, and it's a beautiful night for football, John. And both of these teams coming into this contest find themselves 5-2 overall, 2-0 in conference. So a lot of conference implications tonight at stake here at Davie County. We'll get to the coaches' show after a word from our sponsors. You're listening to Mooresville Blue Devil football here on WHIP. Jack Nealon in there for the defensive line. McCallum, Gillespie, all at the line of scrimmage. Vassell up there as well. They have a man in motion. That is Driver. Here's the snap. Nance pitches it out to Bowling. Bowling running to the right side on the speed option. Slips up right at the 30, so he'll have enough for the first down as he tried to do a little jump cut back inside and lost his footing. They now have a man in motion from left to right. Here's the snap. Speed option. They're going to pitch it out to Bowling. Bowling running to the left. Breaks a tackle into open space. Spin move as he's ushered down at the 30. And it'll be a first down for the War Eagles. Another speed option play for this Davie County offense. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Mooresville 20. As we've had a steady dose of the speed option here tonight from the shotgun formation from the War Eagles. Nance at the controls. Hughes and Dooling split out to the left. Driver and Reese split out to the right. Bowling on Nance's right hip. Here's the snap. He's going to throw it for Dooling. Dooling in the end zone. Incomplete as Pegram was there in coverage. We saw in warm-ups that this is about the max range for this kicker as he steps it off. This is Dylan Cassetta as he boots it into the night sky, and it is good. Davie County able to strike first here in the first quarter. They have a 3-0 lead over Mooresville. 7 minutes, 33 seconds left to go in the first. We'll take a break. You're listening to Mooresville Blue Devil football on WHIP. Again, Davie County clinging to a 3-0 lead. It is 3rd down and 6. 4 receivers split out to the right side of the formation. The ball is spotted on that far hash. Here's Norman. At the controls, takes the snap, drops back to pass, looking over the middle. There is Barber, and it's incomplete as it hits off of his back shoulder, and it'll be 4th down for the Devils. McCombs only 2 carries there on that last drive. One of them he was able to pick up the first down, and then the other he kind of got pushed out of bounds after 4 yards. We'll see if we get a bigger dose of Jadarius here on this second drive. Again, 1st and 10 from the 27. 4 minutes, 4 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Davie County leading Mooresville 3-0. Here's the snap. Norman, quick throw out to Bost in space on the wide receiver screen, and Davie County swarming to the football. Chance Bost nowhere to go. He will be tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 11. Davie has only given up 108 points on the season, so very stout defensive team. As Norman now 3rd down and 11. Ball spotted on the 26. Empty formation. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Here's the snap. Norman drops back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Throws it for Barber. Incomplete. Left it short. It'll be 4th down, and Mooresville will have to punt. Andrew Cummings out for his 2nd punt attempt. He will kick this from the 18-yard line. Jack Shaft is your snapper. Again, they have a swinging gate formation, so that means they line most of the players up on the line of scrimmage and then 3 players to protect Cummings in that backfield. Here is the kick. It is spiraling sky-high. Driver catches it on the fair catch, and they will say that he caught it just inside the 35 at the 34-yard line. 1st down and 10, War Eagles. And on these option plays, you're looking to only block the least number of people as possible. So either time, you're taking a good number of defenders out of the play. Here's the pass play over to Driver on the swing pass. And Dave Vassell able to come up in space and get a big tackle for loss on Driver as he's taken down inside the 45. They're going to spot this at the 44. It's going to be 2nd down and 14. Finnerty along with Blackburn in the middle for this Blue Devil defense. Here's Nance. He drops back to pass. Nowhere to go. They flush him out in a sack. That time, Maddox Blackburn along with KJ Gillespie gets him down in the backfield. Another huge tackle for loss for this Blue Devil defense. It's 2nd down and 12. Ball spotted on the 40. Here's Norman. He looks to the line. They will snap it. Fake handoff. He throws it over the middle. Marin has it. First down, Blue Devils, as he's tackled inside Davie County territory at the 45. And that'll be it for the first quarter of play here in Mocksville, as Mooresville trails Davie County 3-0. And we'll return with second quarter action here from Davie County High School. You're listening to Mooresville Blue Devil football on WHIP. Hauk split out to the left, along with Barber and Seeley. They're split to the left as well. Bost and Marin to the right. McCombs in the backfield. Here's the snap. Fake handoff. Norman drops back to pass. Loads up. Throws it deep. Marin is there. Catches it. He's downed at the 2. Huge catch for Don Marin as Brody Norman lofts it into the night sky, and Marin able to pull it down. 11 minutes, 12 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Davie County leading 3-0, but Mooresville knocking on the door of that Davie County end zone. Here's the snap. McCombs rolls it to the right side, absorbs a hit, touchdown, Blue Devils. First and 10 for the War Eagles. They'll start at their own 20. This is their 4th offensive possession of the first half. Nance in the backfield as they blow this dead before they run a play, and it'll be a timeout, Mooresville. So we'll return after this quick respite. 11 minutes, 1 second to go here in the second quarter. Mooresville leading 7-3. You're listening to Mooresville Blue Devil football here on WHIP. Nance in the backfield. Pelote at his right hip. Here's the snap. He loads up, throws it deep. This one looks like a wounded animal, but Driver is there to pull it in. First down, Davie, as Myers just not able to poke it free, and Driver able to just basket catch it almost like a outfielder in baseball. First and 15, ball spotted on the 33. 2 receivers split to the right. Lone receiver Marin to the left. Barber to the left as well. McCombs in the backfield. Here's the snap. Fold block from Barber. They hand it off McCombs straight up the middle. Absorbs a hit and churns forward. He's finally taken down that time by Elijah Chaffin. Heavy formation for the Blue Devils, and a timeout is called by Coach Henson before the ball is snapped. It'll be a timeout, Davie County. When we return, we'll bring you the 4th and 1 play. Again, 4 minutes, 30 seconds left to go here in the second. Mooresville leading by 4, 7-3 over the War Eagles from Davie County. You're listening to Mooresville Blue Devil football here on WHIP. Welcome back to Davie County. David Stiles along with John Ammon, Harold Hamrick, and Cooper Ammon here in the booth. Mooresville leading 7-3, but it is 4th and 1 for the Blue Devils. They're on the War Eagle 19, driving toward the south end zone, as we get ready for this 4th and 1 play out of the Davie County timeout. And like I was telling John off mic, I think this is not a bad idea for Davie County, but it allows Jadarius McCombs to come back in the ballgame, as Evan Young had spelled him there after a couple of hard running attempts for Jadarius, as he is in the backfield for the Blue Devils. Heavy formation for Mooresville. 2 receivers split to the right as Barber goes in motion from left to right. McCombs in the backfield on Brody Horman's right hip. Here's the snap. It'll be a QB power. Norman keeps it straight up the gut as he gets down to the 10. Here's the snap. Handoff McCombs rolling right. 6 in the turf. Dashes in. Touchdown. Touchdown Mooresville. Jadarius McCombs as he takes the zone read over to the right side and basically goes untouched into the south end zone. Nance at the controls. Braxton Bowling in the backfield. They're going to run a QB power to the right. Big hit by Maddox Blackburn as Jace McCallum had Nance stood up, and Maddox came in and cleaned his clock. Welcome back. David Stiles along with John Ammon. Nance at the controls for the War Eagles. They're on the move. It is 3rd down and 7. Ball spotted on the 47. Nance gets away from pressure down the right sideline to the 40. He has enough for the first down. Scampers out of bounds. Big gain by QB1 for the War Eagles as Nance able to escape the Mooresville blitzers and get down the sideline and then scamper out of bounds for a big first down for Davie County. 2 minutes, 4 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Again, Mooresville leading 14-3. Nance drops back to pass, evades pressure. He is finally hit and taken down by a host of Blue Devils on the play. Dave Vassell there got his hand on him first, and then it was big Dave DeLeo who came and cleaned it up. Here's the snap. Norman takes it, drops back to pass. Good protection up the middle to Bost. Bost has it. He breaks a tackle down to the 30. He's off to the races, showing in his shoe bottoms. Touchdown, Mooresville! Chance Bost from the 24-yard line. Heavy formation now for the Blue Devils. Tight end to the right. Here's the snap. McCombs running to the right side. He reverses field. Norman will now get in front of him and lead the charge. Jadarius into the end zone. Touchdown, Mooresville. Bowling lined up on Nance's left hip pocket. Two receivers to the left, tight end to the left. Here's the snap. It'll be the speed option. They're rolling to the left. He pitches it to Bowling, and Mooresville meets him in the backfield. Tackle for loss on the play is this Blue Devil defense able to string it out. Jack Schaff there with a great tackle for loss. Ballst, Hawk to the left. Marin, Barber to the right. Here's the snap. Fake handoff over the middle. Hawk catches it off the deflection. Touchdown Blue Devils as it went through his hands, bounced off the defender, and then Hawk able to scoop it up in the middle of the air and scamper in to the end zone for a touchdown. Here's Nance. He drops back to pass, and he is sacked. That time taken down by the defensive lineman of Charles Sayer on the tackle. Nance at the controls. Bowling just in front of him on his left hip pocket. Here's the snap. Nance back to throw. A lot of pressure. Mooresville gets to him and takes him down. That time there on the sack, Aaron Thomas along with Jace McCallum. Fourth down for the War Eagles as another big TFL for the Blue Devils. Myers split out far to the left side. Young in the backfield. Here's the snap. Fake handoff. Norman drops back to pass. Barber on the wheel route. He pulls it in, breaks a tackle, spin move. He scampers in. Touchdown, Gavin Barber, as they run the little seam down the visitor's sideline. And then he turns on the strength and pushes the defenders away. Touchdown, Blue Devils. First and goal. Here's the snap. Handoff, Pelote. Over to the right side. Little jump cut. He inches closer to the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown, Jay Pelote.